I'm going to use this pre-gessoed piece of paper to give an example of how to create backgrounds for postcards, and in this case I'm actually going to center it around a particular event. The event I'm talking about was a conference I went to in Santa Barbara. I drove down, and this is the ephemera I collected. I'll do some journaling on the paper, which will probably get covered, but nevertheless, it's part of the beginning of my process. You can see by the phrase journaling, I'm using that very loosely. Actually, I'm adding text, but all these things mean something to me. Okay, I'm just going to add some color. Just random. Just getting color down. It's probably all going to get buried anyway, so now's not the time to get attached. Okay, I'm going to begin tearing scraps of paper. You know, sometimes I will try to keep word, but mostly this is just all going to get put on there. So boy, these bookmarks are really tough. Very glossy, which means as I smear paint around, it'll rub off of these. So these pieces will probably retain a lot of their original appearance, whereas the more matte pieces will absorb more color. Okay, these great Pacifica bookmarks are so durable, I'm actually going to separate the two sides because this will have more tooth and will stick down. Okay, if you have a tendency to control things and you start lining things up, it's pointless at this stage because this paper is going to get cut down, and if you still just can't be random, what I recommend you do is throw pieces onto the paper, and it doesn't matter whether they land right side up or what. Just let them be where they, stick them down, glue them down right where they land. Okay, now that I have some of the torn up scraps and ephemera on there, I'm going to add a little bit more of the two colors I had underneath the scraps and just messily spread that around on the top. Okay, so now I'm going to, I've put some blobs on here, and I'm just going to use my fingers. It's a little premature for me to start finger painting, but that is what's happening today, and I do tend to finger paint, I'm sorry, on everything I do. It's part of getting into the work for me. Now, I do feel myself sort of reserving some of these pieces. I don't want to completely bury Von France there, and Marion, who's here. So I'm using my wipes like I've described in the other video. This is how I will work the wipes. Okay, can't help myself. I did it anyway. Started finger painting. Okay, I didn't know I was going to do this when I started. But as I was working on this sheet, I realized that I probably want a couple of these sections to put in the box that I'm doing in another video. So without getting too selective, and it's hard because there's already pieces I'm being drawn to or areas, or I'm just going to go ahead and side by side go bump, bump, cut those out, use those two for the box set, and then make postcards out of the rest.